Hi, everybody. DJ Yoakley with you for another edition of Player Profile for South Range. And the Raiders at this time bringing you Eli Taylor, the senior at South Range High School. And of course, it's always brought to you by the Simple Greek. Eli, probably a special connection there somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
Congratulations on a big season, a great career at South Range. Not over yet, but let's talk about this season in particular. It's been a rough ride for you. Starting the year, you guys, you had a battle with COVID that wasn't exactly a clean one. Talk to us about the adversity that you faced with that.
It was really scary because I've worked my whole life towards sort of like my senior year and wanting to play out there with those guys who I've been playing with since, fourth and fifth grade. So when I had COVID and they thought that I might have some complications with my heart and that I wasn't going to be able to play, it was this really like kind of like eye opening moment for me where I was like, oh my God, I might not be able to play my senior year of basketball. So when I finally got the call from my doctor and they said that I was going to be cleared, it was like this giant weight was just lifted off my shoulders that I was finally going to get to be able to go out there, play with those guys. And it's really made me, I think, appreciate, it's just been a rough time for everybody with COVID and everything going on. And the fact that I was able to make it through that and still get to go out there and play with all my brothers on the court is just, it really is a blessing. So I'm just grateful every day I get to be out there.
And that's what an answer. What a response from a 17, 18-year-old that's looking to go to the next level. Eli, I mean, if anybody's ever watched you play, nobody's ever going to confuse you for a kid that likes to hold on to the ball. You like to put it up,
Yeah.
put it in the bucket.
Yes,
Talk to
I
me
do.
about what it's like to be a gunner these days from the outside, huck it, chuck it basketball.
My dad he was a shooter in high school back when he played. So when I was younger, he had always really taught me to, if you watch the NBA and you watch college basketball, shooting has become a thing that's become really big. And I was never going to be the tallest guy on the court. I was never going to be the most athletic. But my dad thought, and other coaches who I work with thought, if you're able to shoot the basketball, you're always going to be able to contribute to those teams. And it's really allowed me to, expand on my game and help my team get W's from just simply being able, my ability to shoot the basketball. And it just makes everything easier for, guys inside and just our team in general.
How long did it take you to work on your shot? I mean, you got a shot that is just pure as the day is long. Talk to me about the what you've had to go through, the lessons you've had to take, and the hours that you put not only in the courts and on the court, but in the driveway. I'm sure.
Mhm. I mean, it's weird. I actually didn't start shooting threes until around my eighth grade year. Because my dad, what he always said, you got kids out there when they're in like fifth grade, they're just trying to throw the ball up, when they don't really have the right mechanics. And he didn't want me to kind of cripple myself early on. So what I did is he'd only let me shoot from like 15 feet. And finally, when I got into eighth grade, he stuck me out on the 3-point line and was like, you just got to learn how to get it there. Like you've put the work in, you've done the stuff. And so that's really when I started finally being like a main like 3-point shooter. And then I've worked a lot with my AAU coach, Mark Metzger, John Cullen, our coach at South Range, has really helped me out with some of the mechanics and all because he's constantly watching videos, looking at stuff, new ways to shoot the basketball. So I think all the coaches and my father have been really important in just helping me develop my game and learn how to shoot the basketball as well as I do.
Those are three huge names. I mean, you talk about your dad about what, five times already, which is very, very. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, your dad is the made man. I mean, he's a great businessman. He was a
Yeah.
great player. Obviously, we're going to talk a little bit about where you want to go to school here in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But you talk about Mark Metzger. He's got a kid that goes to Struthers, Trey Metzger. We interviewed him
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago. One of the
Mm-hmm.
outstanding players in the Valley. So there's something to it. And I mean, I hate to even leave out the head ball coach, the legend John Cullen
Yeah.
himself. But who you've surrounded yourself with and kind of prided yourself on taking advice from. I mean, what leadership tactics have you learned from them other than shooting the basketball? What are some of the life lessons you've taken away from either of those men?
I think I've just learned the ability to be confident in myself, because when you're a shooter, you can't let misses or bad shots and stuff like that get you down. Shooters have to shoot the basketball. So there's going to be days where you go out there and you don't shoot the ball well. and there's going to be people, people are expecting you to perform well. People are going to get mad at you, but you kind of have to be able to internalize that feedback, not take it personally, and just go out there and really kind of lead by example and just, use your abilities the best to your ability.
Eli, one of the coolest things I've seen is as your game's developed over the last 4 years here on YSN, is the fact that in professional basketball, in college basketball, the three ball has become almost as important as uh, the two ball. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
more so. Uh, where did you see it that you really decided that you're going to be an outside sniper and really work on that perimeter game?
Well, I remember I was watching, I think it was the 2016 finals between LeBron and Steph Curry, when the Cavs finally won that finals.
You
And
remember well.
there was this stat that came out that Steph Curry's corner three in the NBA, when you do effective field goal percentage, was a better shot than LeBron dunking it. Like overall, it was a more effective shot for him to shoot the three. So I hear that stat and I'm like, I gotta, I'm not saying I shoot as well as Steph Curry or anything like that, but I got to go out there and, I got to learn how to really shoot this three ball because it's completely revolutionizing the game. It's changing the entire way that we play basketball.
I love the thought process because you think like a business person. You try
Yeah.
to kind of think 1 or 2 steps ahead
Mm.
of where the game currently is. That's what I've loved about watching you grow and as a shooter and just as a young man. So talk to me about what the plan is for you kind of moving on. I mean, a couple of months from now, you're going to be getting a paper that says that you accomplished everything you needed to
Mm.
over the past 4 years. What's next for Eli Taylor?
I mean, currently, if I'm being honest, I'm probably undecided.
Sure.
I still have upcoming AAU season that I'm going to play. We still have a few games left in the regular season. I've been accepted into some schools academically, like I was talking to you before. I got into West Virginia. I got into Ohio State. Um, I've, I haven't really been focusing on like trying to get recruited or anything like that because, like I said before, I'm just trying to take it one day at a time, kind of appreciate the time that I have right now playing just my high school year and then playing my AAU year. And then depending on how things go, I might go play at the next level. And if I don't end up playing at the next level, I'm also comfortable with that.
I love it. I mean, undecided, that's okay. And I think that's the biggest thing about nowadays with seniors graduating.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody expects you to know what you want to do the rest of your life.
Yeah, I know.
17, 18 years old. All right, let's get back to your teammates because I know you're a family man. We've talked about your dad. We're going to talk about your family a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
here in a moment. But let's talk about your teammates. This class, the class of 2021, you've battled adversity, you've battled a pandemic, you've battled stoppages throughout the season. Um, what legacy, I guess, when you guys sit and talk about it in the locker room, in class, what do you want to leave behind for the next level, the next group of South Range Raiders?
We've been playing together since the fourth grade, and we've always been a team that's really played well together, and we've all suited one another's strengths. I've been playing with Patron, Nate Brown. I mean, unfortunately, Jake Gearing is hurt this year, but I've been playing with those guys all the way. Nate and Patron back in fifth grade, and then, Jake in seventh grade. You had Mikos come in who just fit right in our group because he's a great guy. And I think that we really just want to show people what I know and what they know we're able to do. And if we were able to, make a run in this tournament, possibly win a district, I think it would just really solidify us as what we know we are, but maybe haven't always shown out on the court.
All right, so we're going to put you in a business perspective as CEO. You get to pitch an elevator pitch for the South Range Raiders going into the tournament and why they should be favored as a top seed going into tourney time. Go ahead.
I mean, I think we're a tough team. I think that we have a good coach that's leading us who knows a lot about the game. I think that we have a lot of players who are dedicated to this game and who have put a lot of time in on and off the court. I think that we do have the ability to really shoot the basketball. We just haven't always demonstrated that this year. And it's been tough, with COVID, certain restrictions, missing practice time, stuff like that. But I really think that we have a tough group of kids who works hard, play for each other, and just we know how to win because we're used to winning.
All right, when you sit back and think about it, and I'm sure you haven't thought about it quite yet, but you're going to have some time to do so. When you think about your time at South Range, what is the one thing that you appreciate most about suiting up in the Burgundy and Gold?
I think that I've gone through a lot of adversity playing at South Range, you know, just from simply it was a tough program to break into because when I was a freshman, our team was really good. And when I was a sophomore, our team was really good. And once again, when I was a junior, our team was really good. So I've never been able to just kind of sit back and relax and just have had things handed to me. I've had to work for every single minute of playing time I've had. I've spent countless hours in the gym working before practice, after practice. I've studied film. I've tried to improve myself on defense. I've tried to improve myself ball handling. And I think it's just really taught me about work ethic and working through adversity and not letting those tough times get you down, but instead see it as an opportunity to grow.
All right, we usually wrap up with some off the wall questions. Two more
Mm-hmm.
questions before we get there. Number one, your role models on the floor. Who do you model your game after, and why?
You mean like high school players or like NBA players?
You name it, man. Anybody that's a role model to you that you model your game after and love kind of, following in their footsteps and
Mm-hmm.
trying to meet them lockstep.
I'd have to say I've always been a big fan of Klay Thompson. Just the way that he'll go down and he'll get a steal and then he'll run down the court and he'll just hit a three from like half court. Like I've always wanted to really be that guy.
All right. And on the opposite side, who is your role model or role models off the floor? Who has been there for you since day one, continues to be there, and naturally you want to model yourself after in years to come?
I'd really say like, you know, my mom, my dad, my sister, you know, they're at all my games, even though they work a lot and stuff like that. My dad has always really pushed me to be the best player that he knew I could be. And my mom's just, you know, my biggest fan. She's at all my games. She's always cheering for me. And she's the one who, you know, even if I don't have a good game and my dad's kind of on me, ragging on me about it, my mom's always there to be like, hey, you know, you played great, even when I know I didn't play great, but it's okay.
I love
You
it.
know,
All right. You ready for some off the wall questions?
I am ready.
All right, buddy. Here we go. Number one, what's your favorite color gator?
Yellow.
My man. That's my
Yeah.
favorite. All right.
Yeah.
Number two,
It's the best.
you got a nice flow going there, looking like a rock star.
Hmm.
How much money would it take for you to cut those locks right now?
I'd have to say, like shave it.
Yeah, I mean, you can give it to
Oh,
charity, or I mean, you can keep
oh
it
yeah.
yourself, really. But
Honestly, I'd say like $100. I'm pretty broke right now.
$100?
Yeah, I got no money in the bank account. I need some money.
Oh my goodness!
I'd have a
All right.
hard time
Well,
turning
I
that
might have
down.
to talk to your dad. I might be able to scrounge up $100 for you to get shaved up.
Yeah,
We might do that on YSN. That's a content builder.
yeah,
All right. Number three, your dad, obviously one of the best businessmen in the area. Simple Greek, naturally, and edible arrangements. He's in on that as
yeah,
well. What is the go-to for you at the Simple Greek? What is the go-to uh, thing to eat and your kind of combo, I guess?
yeah. I always get the bowl, and I always get the white rice and the chicken gyro, and then I usually throw in. I don't put much in it. I throw in some feta. I usually get like one of the hummuses, and then I usually put some cucumbers on it, and then I'm set. And then I always get the Greek fries too because those are pretty good.
Is there ever a time where you brought home restaurant or fast food and your dad just kind of looks at you?
Yeah, yeah. Every time I bring home any form of Mediterranean food, he just kind of like doesn't talk to me for a bit. Looks mad.
I love it. All right, edible arrangements. Valentine's Day right around the corner. Is there a go-to
Yeah.
for you to kind of swoon the ladies?
I mean, I usually go. My personal favorite are the apples, but I know for most people they really like the bananas. Like the
The
bananas,
chocolate covered or just straight up?
it's like half of the banana, it's white chocolate, and then the other half is milk chocolate.
Wow.
So that's how they are. They're pretty good. I like them.
Well, I know that I ordered for Valentine's Day for my girl, so I know
Oh,
I made your dad happy. All right.
thanks for
Uh,
the support.
the next the next question: would you rather have a game-winning three-pointer at the buzzer, or dunk it one time in your life?
Hmm. Oh man.
I
I,
knew this
I
one was going to be tough for you.
Yeah, that is tough. I'd have to go with the dunk. I gotta go with the dunk because I don't think I'm ever dunking on my own without some like divine intervention.
Okay, so here's the big one. We'll end with this one. Who in a game of one-on-one do you feel in the pros, like legendary
Hmm.
status? would you want to have a game of horse with?
Probably Larry Bird.
The Birdman.
Yeah, I like Larry Bird.
Is that? I mean, you can model your game after him. Bird was a three baller.
Yeah, no, he was good. I liked him. Big,
I
tall,
love
white
it.
dude who shot threes.
Eli Taylor, it has been an absolute pleasure to sit down with you and chat. Can't wait to do it again. Good luck the rest of the season with the Raiders. Good luck in AAU. Shout out your team real quick.
I play for PK Flash. It's located in PA, but it has a lot of guys. Like I play with Trey Metzger, Todd Simons, a lot of dudes from around here, and then there's also some players over in Eastern PA we play with.
Love it, man. Good luck with that as well. And this episode brought to you by the Simple Greek. And remember, make sure you hit up the Simple Greek. Again, proud sponsor of not only YSN, but South Range. So thank you so much, Eli. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for the time, and keep chucking it, brother.
All right. Thanks for having me on.
You got it.